take it out and spank it like it's never been spanked. It's amazing how many kinky bikes there are out there. I like a kinky bike. He's off again. What a sh... Well, good morning folks, it's me, Jack Porter, and this is the Moto Mogul channel. Welcome along. Today we're out on the BMW S1000XR, and spoiler alert, this is not one of my favourite bikes. Only for superficial reasons really. I just don't particularly like the front end of it. It's not, you know, I'm not a big fan of that look. I'm not a big fan of four-cylinder engines. They tend to be a bit revvy, a bit high in the revs, and you know, just, don't know, a bit not my thing, I suppose. I'm not trying to suggest that there's anything wrong with the bike at all, because well, I just don't think there will be, but we'll find out, won't we? So I've only just picked the bike up, so the rev limiter's still quite low. You can see that, you know, because I've only just picked it up, it won't let me do much engine-wise at the moment. It's very smooth. It feels really smooth. It's got that four-cylinder smoothness to it. How do I adjust that windscreen? Ah, there we go. Simple operation when the simpleton can operate it. So it's just that simple lever there, just pull it back for up, forward for down, just two positions. So the pickup in the higher gears from low speed isn't that, it's not exactly electric. Let's just knock it down a few gears. 30 miles an hour in third. That's better. It does want to go. It does want to go. So this is, you know, sports tourer. It is designed for, you know, mega mile munching in comfort at speed. Cornering, it feels really together. It's nice. It just falls into the corners nicely in this nice red colour as well. We'll go through all the specs. We'll do the, you know, the colours, everything else in a little while when we do the walk around. So this hasn't had its running in service yet apparently, so it may be bouncing off the rev limiter quite early on. Oh, I don't know though. Yeah, it's quick. It does feel very manoeuvrable as well. It does, you know, flick around even at these sort of speeds. It's quite happy to be flicked around. Bit of slow down a bit, mate. It does feel good. It does feel good to sit on and ride. It's nice. It's nice. It's smooth. It's tall. You feel high up. I feel much higher up. More like sitting on rather than sitting in. Although I am still sitting in. It just feels more like sitting on compared to my GS. Oh Jesus, Storm Otto is upon us. Those winds are a little bit trying to take my head off. So filter wise, quite well mannered, We'll go into Nottingham in a bit, as we normally do, and do a bit of filtrage and just see what she handles like around town. But for now, Yeah, she feels racy and sporty and well protected behind that screen as well. That is in its lowest position. Let's just flick that back. That's highest position. Oh god, yeah. I can hear the wind across the top of my helmet now. But really, it does keep a lot of the wind off me. It's hitting me up around here. See, this is what I don't like about this bike, is this sound. It just sounds like it's revving really high all the time. Yeah, it likes to go quickly. This is a bike that likes to be ridden. It feels so solid and stable as well on the road, even in this wind. And the wind is gusting today up to 40 miles an hour, so you know it is quite a strong wind out there, out here. But yeah, pickup is just really good. That sounds really nice as well, the induction sound. Bit of a scream from the engine. Quick shifter and blipper is lovely. So there it is then. And today we are struggling a bit with the wind. It's Hurricane Otto over here in the UK. Not affecting us too badly. We have got a fair bit of wind going on this morning, which is making life a little bit tricky, trying to hold bits of paper and talk to you guys. So anyway, I'll soldier on. Right, so that engine then, 999cc inline 4-cylinder engine, 4 valves per cylinder, 165 brake horsepower at 11,000 RPM, so quite high up to get to your maximum HPs there. 84 foot-pounds of torque, that's 114 newton meters at 9,250 RPM. Seat height, now it is tall. Seat height is 840 millimeters. I am on the balls of my feet. The weight of it though, 226 kilos wet weight, which is not too bad. I mean, it has got fuel in it. It is wet. Wet weight, I mean, it doesn't feel too bad to me. It's not a particularly top heavy bike. I don't know what it's like with a full tank. Front suspension then, 45mm upside down forks, electronic self-adjusting, rebound compression damping, dynamic ESA, electronic self-adjustment, that is, on this machine, as it is on mine as well. And it is a fantastic system, works really well. I noticed earlier as well, there is an air dam here. Can you see that? So it's just below the steering damper, and it just prevents wind shooting up that tunnel there and giving you a harsh ride. Clever, I like that. So rear suspension, oh god, wind's blowing stuff everywhere. Aluminium double-sided swinging arm. So it is double-sided, which bit of a surprise on, you know, a sports tourer. But under there you can see the monoshock. So it's central strung sprut, electronic preload adjuster, rebound compression again, dynamic ESA, 150mm of travel on the rear end. Rear brakes, well, we're up this end. So these are BMW badged, so I'm wondering whether these are made by Hayes. Single 265mm disc with twin piston floating calipers, 17-inch aluminium wheels front and rear. They're quite nice, just, you know, sort of average wheels nowadays, aren't they? Front brakes, twin disc, 320mm floating discs with radial 4-piston calipers, and they're Brembo calipers. So yeah, I think the rear ones are probably made by Hayes in America. We'll test those in a wee while. So this engine is it's from the RR. It says riding position of the GS. It is comfortable, but much higher. That's what it feels like to me. It should be my ideal bike, right? You know, it's fast. It's Is it elegant? Yeah, I'd say it's elegant. Compared to the GS, it's elegant, but an elephant, anything's elegant compared to the GS, I suppose. It does have that aggressive look at the front end. Do you call that aggressive? Is that aggressive? It just looks a bit goofy to me. That's all I can think when I see it, is it's a bit goofy. So very familiar to anybody who owns a BMW. So Røde, dynamic and rain. So with the plug-in as well, I mean you're going to get your Dynamic Pro with that as well, if you buy the upgrade and the plug-in. So yeah, the plug-in would come with the premium package, which includes heated grips, cruise control, dynamic ESA Pro, which I've already talked about, gear shift assist Pro, which is as smooth as silk, that quick shifter, very good, and a center stand. It also has the BMW Motorrad Racing ABS. So this year's model has revised aerodynamics and fairing and an adjustable windscreen, which I've already showed you on the road. Just two different levels for the heated screen, for the adjustable screen. Colours: light white, racing red, which this is, and the M package, and triple black. Competition in this sector: Ducati Multistrada V4, KTM 1290 Super Duke GT, and Kawasaki Versys 1000 SE LT Plus, LGBT Plus. So yeah, basically that's it. So this one does have a premium package on it, because it's got the Enduro chain on it as well. It's got the quick shifter blipper. It has got heated grips, and it's also got the cruise control on it. So this does come with a premium package as well. Right, I'm done talking about it. Let's get back on it and ride it. Even though you think it's revving, it sounds revvy all the time. It sounds like it's quite high up in the rev band, but when you look at the numbers, it just isn't. And that's one of the things that I really don't like about this engine. I don't recall when I rode the R, the 1000R. I don't recall the characteristics being like this. Maybe it was. Maybe it's just my forgetfulness. I'm going to take it out of dynamic. Actually, it's not a good gear, not a good mode to be in on these roads. Look at that, I'm in 6th already, and I'm searching for another gear just because I'm going on the engine sound. I'm listening to it, but it's not sunk in yet that it's already in top gear. And now at 75 in top gear, it sounds like it needs another gear. Can you hear that? I just don't like that. I suppose if you owned it, you'd just get used to it. And you know, if you like 4-cylinder engines, you know, then you'd get used to it. Well, you probably are used to it. It is a very nice sporty machine. It's a good ride. It's, you know, the handling is lovely. The handling is perfect, in fact. Even on these slightly sketchy back lanes, I've got the confidence to push it a bit. But it does give you that confidence. You know, on the twisties, you know, and on tour, this bike will be utterly fantastic. It's not a difficult bike to ride by any stretch of the imagination. Out of the bikes that I've ridden recently, I'd say it is one of the more technically challenging bikes to ride, but it's not by any stretch of the imagination a difficult ride. So the layout, you know, the cockpit layout is familiar to anybody who's ever ridden a BMW, a modern BMW obviously. It's got these little wind deflectors down here just to push the wind around you. I don't like being unfair about bikes just because it's my prejudice getting in the way. It's not my bike, yeah, it's not my kind of bike, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm a 2-cylinder man now. Since the Africa Twin and now the GS, I love the characteristics, the feel, the punchiness of those 2-cylinder engines. This 4-cylinder's fine. It's a bit smooth and a bit high revving, but it's absolutely fine. But it does lose, it's not got that character of a 2-cylinder or even a 3-cylinder. It's closer, obviously, to the 3-cylinder. Turns in very well. It's very eager. Bouncing off the rev limiter quite early on, simply because it's not had its running in service yet. It's not going to run out of puff, but to quote a modern word nowadays, haptically, that haptic feedback that you get from the bike, it does vibrate. There is quite a lot of tingle that comes through the bike in those higher revs, and the sound of it as well makes you think that you're right up there, right at the top of your rev limit. I could see this bike being hugely entertaining on a tour. I would say for someone slightly taller though, to be comfortable with it, fully laden, because with the suspension, the electronic suspension, it's going to be self-leveling. It's going to remain this height regardless of how much weight you put on it. It's always going to be this height. So if you're comfortable being on the balls of your feet, then that's absolutely fine. But you're going to be looking at 300 kilos on a loaded bike. For me, I don't think I'd be overly comfortable with that. But yeah, if you're looking for a sports tourer, definitely worth a look at this bike. If you like 4-cylinder bikes, again, definitely worth a look at this bike. I am looking forward to the new RS coming out. Who knows what configuration that is going to be in, but yeah, I am really looking forward to the new RS coming out, because I never got a chance to ride the old one. Because if you remember, I got the warning light come on after I'd put fuel in it, Wayne, just saying. I suppose it's not a dissimilar seating position to the GS, actually. It is higher. My legs are at about the same angle as on the GS. I don't know whether you can see that. Slightly more cramped than on the Africa Twin. The seat is hard. Let's get that bit out of the way. Seat is hard. Really quite firm. It does cup your bum, but I don't know whose bum it was designed for, because I don't think it was mine. But it's not bad. It's not bad really, just that firmness. It feels very light. Well, the minute you're rolling like this, it does feel very light. Through the steering as well, I've not found any heaviness through the steering. Dropping it into corners, it does feel very light and easy to ride. Filtering, absolutely fine. Again, I'm in fourth straight away. It's almost, I don't really notice that I'm doing it. Am I going to be able to? No, I better not. I don't want to just clip a wing mirror and then end up getting thrown to the floor, because I'd look a tit, wouldn't I? Oh yeah, hill hold as well, which I love. I do love the way hill hold works on BMWs. Yeah, biggest dislike for me at the moment is this foot peg positioning. Really do not like where these foot pegs are. That's a pants place to break down. Park? He's not parked, mate. He's not parked, mate. He's just broke down, ain't he? Yeah, the lightness of touch as you go around bends and things like that, it is a delight. That is a delight. Even at low speeds, it's an absolute delight. I would imagine, you know, at higher speed it would stiffen up and just hold its line perfectly in bends. Not really been able to test that today, simply because the roads are a bit sketchy in places. Getting a bit tired of traffic now, to be honest. Yeah, I like it a lot around town actually. It's a lot of fun. The ride is perfectly smooth with that electronically damped suspension. Keeps the ride super smooth. Well, this is one ride where I've had more fun riding around a city than I've actually had on the main road. They killed a lanky bloke. Yeah, as soon as you open it up a bit, it develops that narky engine tone, which I do like. The rest of the time, it's got quite a characterless, you know, just super smooth sort of thing going on, which personally, I don't like. That's not to say that you wouldn't like it. You might love it. Just, I don't. And also, you know, the constantly high revving sound at low speed, constantly that need to feel like it needs to change gear all the time. I don't particularly like that either. Again, personal preferences, they're not issues with the bike, obviously. The only thing really that for me with the bike is the height of it, which again is a personal thing, and also where the foot pegs are. I just think they're right in the way. If you're interested in this bike, contact Wayne or anybody else at Pidcock's and arrange yourself a test ride. It is well worth a test ride. Try and arrange it for a dry, sunny day. Take it out and spank it like it's never been spanked. It's amazing how many kinky bikes there are out there. I like a kinky bike. He's off again. If you've not tried the XR, if you've been thinking about coming out and trying the XR, give it a whirl. It's a fabulous piece of engineering, just for the lightness in the manoeuvrability of the bike. It's so super light. And if you can live with that engine sound, you know, this not exactly screaming, but just that high pitch, and the urgency to change gear constantly. I mean, on a track that would be ideal, I suppose, wouldn't it? You know, having that urgency. The seat, however, is a different matter. I really would need a softer seat because it's hurting my arse. It really is hurting my arse. God, yeah, my ass is sore. My ass is killing me now. So, if you've enjoyed this video, folks, please remember to give us a like and subscribe. My name has been Jack Porter. This has been the Moto Mogul channel. Hopefully, in the near future, I will be out on Ducati. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. That's coming to the channel soon. If you like your Ducatis, then, yeah, come on. Jump on board and watch me ride some. If you've got one of interest that you want to see me ride and you want to know what I think about it, then comments below, please. Yeah, right, that's it. I've been Jack Porter. This has been Moto Mogul. Thank you for coming with me today, guys, on this very good S1000XR. Just not my type of bike. Really is not my type of bike. For issues as discussed. Yeah, I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye for now.